Hello and welcome to a great start to the week again. Today, carrying on with the daily technical analysis as usual, January 16. Now today's going to be a bit of a slow day, I reckon, because the US is going to be closed. However, that shouldn't stop the real movements carrying on in the market. So I've got the euro dollar in front of me, and I've just drawn that trend line here from bottom to bottom. So we've got some room to come back down to this trend line with the euro dollar before we carry on with a higher high and a higher bottom. So I think what we'll be seeing is the euro dollar coming down in order to go back up, possibly to around 0.7, let's see, 0.07, 50 maybe. All right, slightly higher than that. So we'll see how that eventuates. So that's the kind of follow-up and the setup we're going to have this week. So on the euro dollar, kind of a pullback in order to go long later on. So that's the way to follow that. Dollar franc is obviously going to be the opposite of that. Now this, okay, carrying on from the support level and possible reach all the way up here, which is 1.0202. So that's the nice level before the market might decide to short again from here in order to pull it back and then see how that eventuates. Now we have to make a bit of an adjustment on this, and that's how this should be. There we go, and we can move this here. So that's our rectangle situation here. So the market might go up, pull back, and then strive all the way back up to here again on the dollar franc, and that's not such a bad setup at all. Let's take a look at the pound dollar. Now the pound dollar opened up with a big fall, so this is obviously going to be a bit of a drama if you're trading pound with the uncertainties that are still around this currency. If you're a pound trader, let's see what you can do. Let's see what we've got here. Now on the daily chart, as you can see, we have a double bottom area all the way down here. So the market can pretty much come all the way back down to 1.0857 for a double bottom, and that wouldn't really be a surprise. But what we can expect, I think, this week before we go there is, first of all, a bit of a pullback, because the market usually likes to close the gap. And as you can see, this gap here is going to be around there. So the market will probably want to close this gap first before it does any further movement. And then we'll take it on forward from there. But once again, just like with the euro dollar and the dollar franc, worthwhile drawing your lines and just making sure you can follow that through over here. So what you can see with the pound dollar is, I think, a retest, pull back slightly before they start to short off again. Let's take a look at the dollar yen, one of my favorite currencies. Now dollar yen, I said last week, we've got this area we're looking forward to. So dollar yen has a bit of a potential to come back down all the way here before it goes back up again. So what we want to do is kind of test these regions and then go up, and then we'll see what happens. So if you're trading the dollar yen, let's get rid of these. These are from last week. What you want to do is, let's make it a 4-hour chart so we have a bit of a better view of what's going on. Here we go. That's that. So until it comes down there, what we might see is the market pulling up a bit and then bring it back down again. The best way to trade it, therefore, is let it touch a resistance level and then push it down. Either going to be a sell off here or a sell here to kind of touch that lower level. Although it bounced, where it bounced off right now is not a bad area, but as you can see, we've got levels down here starting with the support level. So 113.15, 112.90 area, still levels the market will want to kind of test, in my opinion. Let's take a look at the dollar Canadian. Now dollar Canadian, as you can see, this triangle here, this is a daily, and this breakdown is quite significant because it can really bring the price back down again. But we'll see how it eventuates. Now this, on the other hand, let's see what we have. As you can see, is a double bottom area, slightly anyway. So what we might see is the market popping down to get support and pushing up again. On the pullbacks, I think it's good to buy. Alternatively, what you can do is this. It's your 4-hour chart. Let's just face some resistance levels here. So what you might want to do is actually start buying in order to get up there. I don't think that's a bad idea at all. It's 31.43 now. I think we might see the dollar Canadian around the 32 level this week, and then they might sell it off, bring it down here for a double bottom, and then take it all the way back up again. So that is a scenario that we'll want to keep on thinking about. And let's take a look at gold on the daily. Still going up. Andrew was spot on there with his 1,200. As you can see, the market is around there. This is the daily chart. So let's take a look at the 4-hour and see what's going on the 4-hour chart. So we've got some pullbacks happening here, but you did notice last week that we've got some channel occurring here. As you can see, that channel is still intact. So the market might just push it up and then bring it down, pushing up, bring it down until that channel breaks down. This double top area is not a bad place. What you might need to now look out for gold is basically that the market might want to start retracing it. Okay, so a good level to kind of have it pull back to is going to be around. If it breaks down from here, we'll be seeing gold possibly back down to around 1,130.20 region. So we'll have to wait and see how that happens. Possibly they're taking the gold up for a resell, so selling locations are going to be on the top of that channel line there, and if it breaks down on a pullback, it'll be good to short as well. Let's take a look at the Dow Jones. Still in the middle of that channel, so all you want to do is basically make sure you keep your trading on the support and resistance levels and just don't mess around with the market too much here in this middle range. Let's take a look at DAX, and DAX is in that channel again. This is the daily. Let's make it a 4-hour chart. DAX has come to our targets, and basically it's just in this mid-range since last week. So the best way to trade it is going to be shorting at the tops, buying at the bottom there, and if it breaks down, then go short. If it breaks up, go long, and then we'll see how those targets will eventuate. We can now get rid of this, I think, and then we'll have a cleaner chart here, as you can see. And let's take a look at Brent. And here's Brent, still in that range of 53 and 58, just above 50 actually, around there. Once again, the place to be trading this is going to be off support and resistance levels. I don't see any reason to be taking risks with Brent when you can actually have some good trades on the currencies like the dollar franc. I think euro dollar and the dollar yen, dollar Canadian, Aussie dollar also has some good opportunities. So I think better off trading currencies at the moment rather than sticking your head into the indices or Brent, where prices are in between levels and are a bit more risky to trade. Hope that helps. Have a great day with your trading.